Hi, I'm Clayton Johnson from Squire Wealth Advisors, and today I wanted to share with you a little bit about my favorite retirement account. Likely you've heard of Roth IRAs or a traditional IRA or 401ks that you probably get through your employer. But the one that I like the most is actually one referred to as the HSA or the Health Savings Account. If you have a high deductible health plan, you qualify for an HSA. Even if your employer doesn't provide you an HSA, you can go to a third party and set up an HSA and have one for yourself and your family. Now, the reason I like HSAs so much is that they offer the benefits of a traditional IRA and a Roth IRA. So a traditional IRA typically will provide you a deduction on your taxes for whatever you contribute. So if you put in $6,000 into your traditional IRA, on your tax return that year, you get to input that as a deduction and it reduces your taxes paid. Now, a Roth IRA is different in that you don't get a deduction in the year you make a contribution. That's considered already taxed, but any growth to that Roth IRA money, you can take out later in life and pay no taxes on it, which is great. The traditional IRA, when you get the deduction in this year, the IRS then says, okay, well then we're going to take out the money later when you take it out in retirement. So when you take out the money from the IRA in retirement, you're going to pay all of that as an ordinary income tax. The HSA takes the best from both. So when you put money into an HSA, you get the deduction in this year, just like you would with a traditional IRA. And when you take money out later in life, if you use it for a qualified medical expense, then it's like the Roth IRA and you don't pay any taxes on that distribution. So it's considered extra tax-free. Now here's the kicker, and this is my very favorite part of an HSA. There is no look-back period on qualified medical expenses. So you could be in your 30s and you could have a baby, or someone breaks a leg, and you hit your deductible on your health plan and you put out $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. If you keep track of that medical expense, 30 years from now, when you're 60 years old, you could take out of your HSA and say, oh, and by the way, that was for that baby I had 30 years ago, and it's totally legitimate. There is no look-back period for medical expenses. So one strategy that a lot of people do that's so smart is they will put money into their HSA, and you can invest that money. Once it's exceeded $2,000 in your HSA, you can invest that money in the stock market. So they're getting growth over a long period of time, and in the meantime, they're incurring medical expenses because life happens, right? So by the time they're in their 60s, from age 30 to age 60, they've incurred 100 to 150,000 in medical expenses, let's say, and their HSA is worth $150,000. They could pull out all of that HSA and say, this is covering all the medical expenses that I incurred back to 30, and they pay no taxes on that distribution. It is incredible. Now, you don't have to go take that to someone and prove it. That's in the event that you're audited or the IRS comes and says, well, look, you took out this $150,000, where's your proof? Then you go back and you'll have to show that proof. So it may be that you never have to explain it at all, but you want to make sure that you have evidence of those expenses, preferably receipts of those medical expenses that you've made. So just wanted to share that quick tip with you guys. HSAs are incredible. They're great. If you have access to them, I highly recommend that you get one set up, start making contributions to it. And you know what, if you happen to need money when you're in your early life and you're in your 30s and your 40s and you're just thinking, I don't want to touch that HSA, but I really have these medical expenses, there's no harm in that either. Feel free to use it regularly as you have medical expenses. Just wanted to share one of the retirement strategies you could use an HSA for.